first one was fine. Well, this is a movie. This Blade Runner. This feels like... I mean, this is... Denis Villeneuve continues to be one of the best filmmakers working
Oh, is
today.
that how you say his first name?
I think so. I'm sure someone... There will be one random person in the comments that corrects me. Only one. Because that's how comment sections work.
Well,
someone
sure.
makes a comment, and then everybody sees that someone already made that comment, so then the other people don't make that comment.
Okay. Oh, I see. You're saying the opposite of what reality is. I'm sure you could verify this by watching an interview with him.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, who cares what the fuck his name is pronounced? He's a great filmmaker. I've loved the other two films. He's probably made more than two, but I've seen
He's made several.
Enemy and The Arrival.
Yeah.
So
Sicario as well.
I didn't see that.
Well, this is one of my concerns going into this movie is that the story of the first Blade Runner is pretty straightforward. There's these 4 replicants, you got to track them down. And then it got bogged down in re-edits and Ridley Scott gobbledygook of the ambiguity of, is Deckard a replicant? And what is the unicorn? What the unicorn means? And all this bullshit. And I was worried that Denis Villeneuve could go 2 ways. He could go abstract enemy area, or he could do straightforward, well-told sci-fi story Arrival area type of filmmaking. And I was worried that it might double down on the ambiguous unicorn type bullshit from the first movie, and he didn't do that. In fact, if anything, I would say it maybe goes just a hint too much in the other direction. Mainly I'm thinking of there's a couple parts throughout the movie when Ryan Gosling, like, he's thinking about something and we hear voiceover clips from earlier in the film, so you remember it. That happens a couple times. It's like, you probably didn't need that. That feels like trying to spell things out a little bit too much for the audience.
Yeah, no,
but that's a minor complaint about the movie.
Yeah, other than not being wholly original, like the first Blade Runner movie was its own thing. It's
Yes.
like, here's our, like, it invented the massive sci-fi cityscape.
Yeah.
This didn't really do anything new. It took the old and expanded upon it.
Yes.
I would lean more towards soft reboot kind of
Yeah, you don't have to have seen the original to get into this movie, I guess.
It's just like, this even opens with the same text. Like, the text explains what happened in 2019, 2018, that the first one takes place, and that's like, oh, and then 30 years later, the same thing happened again.
Yeah.
And then we have this bad guy. The bad guy has a goal, though, other than just being the guy who made the robots before.
Right.
This bad guy has a goal. He has got little people working for him. There's mystery of spoilers.
Should we get into spoilers?
Yeah, spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead.
I always told you, you're special.
Hi, I'm Rex Moore with the Motley Fool, and I've been to a very crowded CES for 8 straight years now. And I can honestly say that there's one thing I'm seeing this year that I've never seen before, and that is one technology that's responsible for so much of the industries and the companies you see here today. That technology projected to be worth $17 trillion by the year 2035. Okay, maybe this sign gives it away. Or this one. Or this one. It seems everywhere I turned this year, 5G was somewhere in sight. In the virtual and augmented reality booths, medical tech, Internet of Things, and automobiles. These industries and many more are relying on 5G's lightning speed to help propel them forward. If you're interested in investing, this should be sounding alarm bells in your head. I'll tell you why in just a second. But first, let me give you an idea of the kind of leap forward in speed we're talking about here. As 5G replaces 4G on your phone, PC Magazine says instead of 7 minutes to download an HD movie, you'll be able to do it in 6 seconds. With that in mind, look at what's happened in the tech world roughly every 10 years. 2G allowed us to go digital with text messaging and pictures. 3G brought mobile internet access and video calls, and 4G gaming and mobile TV. 5G could usher in another tech revolution, and we might not see anything like it for another 10 years. And now you're beginning to see why 5G has even been called one of the greatest arrivals in technology since the birth of the internet itself. It's no wonder that the president recently urged Apple's CEO to get involved with 5G, and the Washington Post declared it the mother of invention. Yes, 5G has the potential to radically change our lives and society as we know it. But if you're an investor, the implications are potentially even greater and more lucrative. And here's a twist, one I think is great for small investors like us. With a lot of people eyeing some of the